Every time you head to Japan, you might find yourself hitting up the drugstore to help your female pals restock. Pretty please. Guys need to shop too, you know? If you're not keen on wasting time waiting outside the drugstore or a women's boutique for your partner, mom, grandma, or any of the ladies, or if you're all about snagging authentic Japanese goods in Tokyo, instead of stuff imported from China, or if you're planning a dude trip to Tokyo with your buddies, then stick around. We're gonna clue you in on all the must-try and must-buy stuff for men in Tokyo. Let's get into it. First things first, we gotta tell you about this Japanese brand called Scotch Grain. Funny name, huh? But hold up, it's not whiskey related. They actually sell some top-notch men's leather shoes, all handmade by a real master craftsman over in Japan. And guess what? They got this spot in Ginza, Tokyo, where they do sales and promos on certain styles. We've copped shoes from there twice now, ever since we tried out our first pair from Osaka Rinku Premium Outlet. Let me tell you, the leather's like butter and the soles, so comfy. Plus, their style is totally one of a kind, and they've got some quirky stuff too, even if you can't really wear it. Oh, and here's the kicker, it's a tax-free joint, so don't forget your passport. You won't find these shops anywhere else but Japan. So jot it down on your bucket list if you're into legit Japanese-made leather kicks. If leather shoes aren't really your thing, how about checking out some sports or soccer shoes? Swing by either Kamo Sports Shoes or Mizuno Flagship store. You might notice that some of the Mizuno soccer shoes are pricier than others, even though they're from the same brand. That's because the pricier ones are made in Japan. So always peek at the production country when you're browsing. Generally, the Japanese-made ones tend to be higher quality, and it's not just Mizuno. Other brands like Asics also have Japan limited editions that you won't find elsewhere. That's why folks often hit up Japan for sports shoe shopping. Most of these stores have multiple floors, each focusing on a different sport. So if you're into sports like soccer, golf, baseball, or athletics, you could easily spend hours exploring. And don't waste your time hanging around outside the drugstores waiting for your girls. Another brand that's only available in Japan is Masterpiece. They make their bags in Japan designed for everyday use. They're big on user research and testing. They pay close attention to every detail of their product, making sure each serves a clear purpose. Hardly anything is left to chance. They believe the balance between design and functionality really showcases what makes a masterpiece. Whether you need a small waist bag, a business backpack, or even a travel bag, you can find them in their shop. This is actually our second time buying bags from this brand. We just adore their design, quality, and functionality. They've got plenty of stores in Tokyo and Osaka, so don't forget to drop by if you're looking for some unique men's bags. And remember to bring your passport for tax-free shopping, while the ladies can indulge in their own shopping spree in Tokyo. Next up, Japanese whiskey. Japan's got 4 distilleries, but they're all a bit of a trek from Tokyo. But if you can't swing a visit during your trip, you can always hit up Ginza, Tokyo to shop and taste instead. You should totally check out Lifevacation Ginza store. They've got a huge selection of Japanese whiskey like yamasaki, hakushu, hibiki, and more. Plus, they've got rare Western liquors and old classics. The staff there are super helpful and know their stuff. They can answer any questions you throw at them about whiskey, from the taste to recommendation. Shout out to Jay, he's from Canada and speaks English and Japanese, so no worries about communication while you're shopping. He even suggested trying out whiskey tasting at a nearby spot if you're having trouble deciding. Swing by JBUC Library in Ginza. It's the main spot for Jules' whiskey collection, where both newbies and aficionados can ogle beautifully designed whiskey bottles. It's like a whiskey library with bottles, all lined up for your visual enjoyment. They've got tasting prices too, ranging from 500 yen to 4,000 yen for a 15 ml pour depending on the brand and age. And remember, this Lifevacation Ginza store is tax-free. Don't forget your passport. If you spend over 5,000 yen, you can snag your whiskey tax-free. Not only is it cheaper than Japanese whiskey back in Australia, but it's also a steal compared to other Tokyo stores. Let's say you're after a bottle of Hibiki 21, it's going for 882 Australian dollars at the Lifevacation Ginza store. But if you're down under, you might struggle to find it in any shop. And if you do, it could set you back around 1,300 Australian dollars. What a steal! It's fascinating how these small wee bottles can be pricier than a full liter. The factory stopped making the smaller size, making them super rare and hiking up the price. Swing by while you're waiting for your gal pals to finish their shopping spree in Ginza. Hey, just a heads up, you can't drink the tax-free whiskey in Japan. They'll seal it in a tax-free plastic bag and wrap it with bubble wrap to keep the bottle safe in your checked baggage. So don't crack it open until you're back home, okay? If you want tips on saving some cash on Tokyo transport while you shop, check out this video now.